It's 6:32, so I'm going to call this a meeting to order. This is the February 25th, 2025 meeting of the Manchester Conservation Commission. Our goal is to serve the wetland resources and serve the community. We work under the auspices of WPA and our local bylaws. Tonight's meeting is going to be recorded on Zoom. If you don't wish to have your image or likeness recorded, you can turn your camera off. We don't use the chat function because it doesn't get recorded within the Zoom functionality. So that's just for technical questions. I first want to say hello, welcome Bethany Barstow as our new conservation agent in Manchester by the Sea. Hi, Bethany. Good to see you again.
Hello.
And I'll just announce that our chair and vice chair are not able to join us tonight. So we are all going to be kind and thoughtful to each other and to me as we wade through our cases tonight. I hope that's the case anyway. If you wish to comment, please raise your hand, either electronically or physically. And public comment is going to be limited to 2 minutes. And having said that, we can get on to our first case. Now, I believe the very first case listed on our agenda is in error because I believe that 39 Coolidge Point the hearing was closed and conditions were voted on in the last meeting. Is there any commissioner that can confirm that for me?
Conditions.
Thank you.
And Henry, I believe the request for an extension at 17 Proctor Street may have also been voted on at the previous meeting.
Okay.
That's later on in the agenda.
Yep.
Does anybody else recall that?
There was an extension. Was that the?
I don't know if there's another extension, but yeah.
I seem to recall that too.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike DeRosa here, and I was there for that, so it was approved and extended.
Perfect.
So you don't have any other business today, Mike, on that property that is
not
new?
on that.
Okay.
No, not on that property.
All right.
Thanks.
But we will hear 15 Eaglehead, and we will hear 189 to 93 school extension.
I have a comment. For 39,
No.
it's like Shannon made the
No.
packets. Oh, okay.
I think we should save that for offline. Bethany. Okay. All right, that brings us to 48 Central Street, DEP 0390926. This is a continuation since our site visit, since the last meeting and our site visit.
Excuse me, Henry.
Yes, sir.
Can you clarify what happened with 39 Coolidge Point? I was not at our last live meeting, which I believe was January 14th.
It was.
I heard a back and forth about whether the notice of intent was closed or the orders of conditions were closed, because we received information about orders of conditions for 39 Coolidge Point for tonight's meeting.
Say that last part again, Jeff.
Steve sent out to all of us the OOC information on 39 Coolidge Point. Was that discussed and approved at the last meeting?
It was.
Is that what you're saying, Gordon?
Yeah, actually, December 17th is what my notes were, and then we talked about it again last time.
Okay. Okay.
It's the third time we're going at it.
Mike,
So
I'm getting
We'll
your,
get ourselves together.
so is it done? Is it the OOC? The OOC's been submitted and it's done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's recorded at the Registry of Deeds at this point.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That was incredibly efficient. You blink and it's done.
great. Mike, would you send that request again, or I'm just gonna, let me just do.
Yeah, I can send it again. Yeah.
I don't want to I'm trying to do one participant at a time. Ah,
It says the host isn't allowing sharing for this meeting.
I'll get there.
No worries.
Hi, Lisa.
Who's tools? Here we go.
I'm on the Zoom meeting now, so
Perfect.
Okay.
Give us 2 minutes.
Dee, 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 dee. Advanced sharing. One participant at a time should be fine. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Anybody?
That's the best way, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mike, if you look now, can you make that request again, please? Because,
It won't let me request again. When I click on it, it says sharing is not turned on. The host isn't allowing sharing for this meeting.
okay. So Bethany,
All
I
I
went
can do
into my
is-
host tools and turned sharing on and, oops, it went off.
Can you try again, Michael?
Yeah, the same message. Sharing is not turned on. Host isn't allowing sharing for the meeting.
I'm trying to
Maybe-
click the share.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark,
maybe if. Oh,
Hey,
there it is. I got it. Yep, I got it. I'm in.
all right. So some changes were made since the site visit, is that right, Mike?
Yeah, so I was
Okay,
I was
take us
out
through
of
the
town on the
changes.
site visit, but Evan was there and Letitia was there. Essentially, we made some changes to the plan. The memo that Evan sent was an update. And basically, in order to prevent the displacement of flood waters, we added 4 flood vents to the proposed garage. The abutters were on site, and they brought up some issues about maneuverability of vehicles. And I'll show you on the plan what we did, but we included pavement down the length of the easement so that there's pavement for people to maneuver vehicles. Because as you know, it's a shared easement, it's a shared driveway down to the back. The changes still, we show reductions in all the zones, the 0 to 30, the 30 to 50, and then the outer 100 for a reduction of 1,189 square feet over existing conditions. We converted the paved areas to pervious materials were discussed and considered. We talked about that at the last meeting. Given that the project is reducing impervious surfaces at the site already as part of the design and the stormwater management is being provided, we think that we've met the performance standards and we are showing a reduction in all the zones as well. And then we also have the proposed mitigation plan remains the same, so we're not changing any of that. Let me show you the plan. And Letitia, jump in if I miss anything, because you're at the sidewalk. But essentially, this is that easement, the common driveway.
Mhm.
So we had proposed initially to bring this and make this all lawn, but to make it easier for abutters to back up and head out, we don't want to be heading out onto Main Street, backing onto Main Street. We want to be driving, facing out onto that road. So that helps them with that maneuver. And so we're keeping that. And then we added 4 flood vents to the garage. So in the event that the flood waters come up, they'll flood the garage and not cause any displacement. And the rain garden design stays the same. Everything else stays the same. So tonight we'd ask to for the commission to issue an order of conditions based on the revised plan.
Are there questions from commissioners?
Yep.
I just haven't had time to review all the abutter letters.
Understood, Olga.
Um,
We haven't received any of those, so.
Henry, my question is about the reduction in pervious area, and hopefully, Mike, if you get a chance to see some of the abutter letters, you'll see this as well. There was some talk that the previous approved plan from the last time this was before the commission had reductions in pervious area that maybe were not implemented. And so this may not actually be a reduction in pervious area from what was previously approved. And I'm wondering if you are able to speak to that tonight, or if we might need a little more time to look into that.
We may need more time to look at that. What we're going by is what the engineers for the site engineers for the project have put together, which is this. So these are the actual numbers from the existing conditions as it's on the site now, compared to the proposed. So this reflects existing conditions.
Existing conditions, yeah.
So they were basically measured in place, Mike. That's not from
Yes.
prior plot.
I know
And then-
Letitia's on the call. Letitia, can you verify that? But my understanding is that's the case.
Yes, so that was a field survey by a different office. It wasn't by us, but that was a precise field survey. And these calculations, they compare existing conditions versus what we're proposing now. So yeah, we are decreasing impervious.
Thanks, Letitia.
And then I guess a second question, and this came up at the site walk, given the significant storm flowage that happens in that location. Has there been an engineering study done on the stormwater and how that would flow and affect neighboring properties? I understand that you guys have modified the plans to have flood vents, but I'm
Yeah.
just curious, is there a formal engineering evaluation of that?
Well,
Um,
that's what Letitia has done, yeah, and John Moran at Moran Cameron Group as well.
Okay.
Go ahead, Letitia, sorry.
Yeah, Mike, if you wanna bring up a little bit, yeah, that plan is good where it shows the FEMA zone AE, and we do provide a calculation on the top. So basically where the garage, we're proposing the garage, it's where we're filling, and that volume that we're filling, it's about 23 cubic feet. But we are also regrading that area, and we're bringing the 10 feet elevation up. So if you go back to where the garage is, Mike.
Yeah,
So the 10 feet contour used to be like where the purple line is, but now we're regrading and bringing the 10 feet all the way up to the corner of the garage to the left. So we're actually creating, like more area for the floodplain. So the floodplain used to be where the purple is, and now the new FEMA line is going to be all the way up where the 10 feet contour is. So basically we are, at the same time that we are filling the floodplain, we are creating more storage. And then I believe the difference came out at 7 cubic feet, plus or minus. So that's, like de minimis, 7 cubic feet. It's not a lot. So this shouldn't impact the neighboring properties by any means. And like Mike mentioned at the beginning, the structure will have the flood vents. So that's gonna allow when, a storm happens, the water is gonna just come in inside the garage, and then the vents is gonna let the water, like move in, come in and come out. So that shouldn't affect abutting properties at all.
My concern though is that a lot of these flooding events happen in the winter, and there's large sheets of ice coming up into this area. And first of all, I think it's probably a risk for the structure, but secondly, I think there probably are some concerns about pushing water onto around that building, because I don't think those little flood vents are going to allow in large chunks of ice and things like that. So
They're not.
Yeah.
Well, I think Gordon, I hear what you're saying. And I'm not familiar enough with the area in the winter to know if there's large chunks of ice or where they end up, but this is a well-sheltered inner harbor area. It's sort of flat water as far as the floodwaters are. So we're not dealing with wave action or velocity zones or anything like that. So it's just a flat water condition. It's an AE condition, which is just,
Okay.
flood zone A with an elevation. So
then-
we're not
Sorry,
talking about displacing or energy or displaced energy or anything like that in this situation. That's largely within where you have velocity zones and overwash zones and things like that. So where there's wave energy involved. Here it's just flood. It's a flood elevation, not a velocity area. And like Letitia said, we changed the grading, so elevation 10 now comes up to here. So this is all new flood storage. So we're helping that situation.
when you say change the grading, you're removing, is that what's happening, or you're adding to? What how does that work?
We are removing, so where we're adding, I'm sorry. Where the garage is, where the purple line is, we are adding. So we're filling in to put the structure, the foundation. And then where the new 10 is in front of the garage is we're cutting. There before it used to be like 10-ish, so we're bringing the 10 up. So basically that area we're creating storage in front of the garage.
How does adding
So in
land?
here,
How does adding? Sorry, you're cutting there. Is that what you said?
Let me just double check the contours real quick.
I'm just trying to understand how that adds storage if you fill it in.
No. So in that area we are cutting.
Okay.
So when you bring the 10 feet contour up, so meaning that that's where your flood elevation is. So that's gonna allow the water to go all the way up to where the 10 feet contour is. So you're
Okay.
basically that triangle area. It's new, like flood area.
Okay.
Yep.
And Letitia, is that affecting anything on the other side of the opposite side of the garage?
No, so basically that 10 feet contour runs all around the garage on the lower side. So it goes on the entrance of the garage where the 16 feet is, and then it just goes all around. And I don't know where, yeah, and it just meets the purple line down there, Mike. Yeah, if you go down.
Okay.
So
I think
basically,
to follow on from Gordon's question.
Yeah.
That it would be interesting to know the cubic feet that will be taken away from the foundation of the garage and the
Yeah.
cubic feet that you're saying will be added because of the change in that line.
Yeah, so we do provide that on the plan. So the first calculation, the volume of filled floodplain, so that's basically the area within the garage foundation. And that calculation, it's basically like an area calculation. And then we divide by 2 because the area, it's a triangle. So basically I got the area, which is 93 square feet, and then I multiply by the difference in elevation that we're feeling. So, we're going from 10 feet to from 9.5 to 10 feet. So that gives the volume that we're feeling. On the bottom is the area the volume that we are creating in front of the garage. Again, the area looks like a triangle. So we came up with 16.2. And I just realized now that we're speaking that there was a problem there. Yeah, the 39.5, it seems like I added that, but that was supposed to be a decrease of 23.25 minus 16.2. That's going to come out at 6 cubic feet. Per
6
second.
cubic feet.
7.
Yeah, so this is
7.
wrong.
So it's
Sorry,
actually
yeah.
it's
That's
actually
incorrect.
significantly less than that 39.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's 7.05 cubic feet that we are filling, which it's very minimal.
And Gordon, does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Other go ahead, Gordon.
Yeah, there might be other commissioners that have questions. Go ahead.
Yep. Any other commissioners? All right, we're gonna open up to public comment or questions. Christine, you have your hand up. Please give us your first and last name and address.
Sorry, Christine Delicio. I was actually just trying to, 6 Lincoln Avenue. You guys never announced the project and you're not announcing who you are when you're speaking, so it's hard to follow as someone in the audience. So, I mean, you talked about the NOIs or your orders, conditions, and the projects that you've already accomplished, but when this project started in the beginning of the meeting, you didn't announce it. So it would just be helpful to follow along if you could do that in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Lisa?
Hi, I'm Lisa Martinez, 50 Central Street. And the first thing I'd like to say is I object to this meeting. It wasn't provided in advance, the new to the abutters. So we wouldn't have time to review it. And I ask that you continue the hearing so that I can review it with my legal counsel and the experts. I also opposed the project, you know, on certainly on the Chris Williams and I from 50 Central Street respectfully request that you actually deny this application, and also on the project fails to comply with the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act and Manchester Wetlands bylaws, as it unnecessarily encroaches in protected areas, dismisses other less intrusive viable alternatives, lacks a full analysis of stormwater deflection and floodwater impacts, you know, expert analysis. It also seeks retroactive approval of existing violations of the Manchester Wetlands bylaws and analysis of justification. Like a little more time, that I am in a butter. Did you get to read the actual yes, letters from my attorney? Did
So
everybody?
I
wanna let you
forwarded
know
it.
that- Excuse me. I just want to let you know, Lisa, we're in receipt of the letter from your attorney,
Oh, thank you.
and we have not, all commissioners have not, we've actually received 4, to my knowledge, 4 communications from 4 different abutters. Some of those were received as early and recently as today, and so it's impossible to have gotten to all of the material, just so you're aware of that.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm afraid that that's time for right now. We do
Right.
we have your letters and documentation. Richard?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I'm Richard Mastronzi at 46 and 44 Central Street, the butter who shares the driveway. I agree with Lisa that we didn't get a chance to see these new plans and the changes, so I'm concerned about having an opportunity to actually look at them and analyze them. I mean, the short version of this is if we're going to allow building in the no build zone. I'm not sure what a no build zone really means. I mean, I guess theoretically I could build you know, entire structure in my backyard, considering that most of my backyard is not in the no build zone, but of course I wouldn't do that. But yeah, so I'd like more time to, you know, analyze the changes that have been proposed.
Got it. Thank you very much. Kim?
Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks,
are you-
Henry.
Go ahead.
I'm Kim Hofeld. I'm hearing myself as an echo. Are you also hearing an echo?
No.
Okay, great. I'm Kim Hofeld. I live at 42 Central Street. We also did not get to see these new plans, so it would actually be really helpful if we were given some time to be able to review. We also, I'm gonna get rid of that. Maybe that's better.
That's better.
Yes.
I also have very concerns about not building in a no build zone. I think that the no build zone is there for a reason. And the only consideration should be if there's some demonstrated hardship, which there absolutely is not. I've been at 42 Central Street since 2006, and I can tell you most certainly the flooding has increased exponentially, especially in the winter. I'm not as concerned about their elevating a garage. I'm concerned about all of the other places that we haven't elevated in terms of displacing the water. The water and the ice comes up significantly and actually comes up almost to the buildings. So I would have serious concerns. I'd want to be in a position where the expert who's actually talking about the water displacement doesn't say things like, it shouldn't impact the neighbors. I would like for the committee to set the standard to be able to say it will not adversely impact the neighbors, because our properties are dangerously close, and moving in anything into that no build zone that's going to potentially offset the water in either direction could really be problematic. And I don't see that there's a need or any demonstrated hardship that this would need to happen.
Okay, thank you very much. Other members of the public? I'm looking for hands.
You see me?
I do not see any hands.
Do you see Mike Starella at all? No?
I see Mike Starella. Would like Mike Starella like to say
Yeah, I don't know
something?
why my video is not working, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
We can.
Okay, so I just wanted to,
What is your
mention
address, Mike?
something. Pardon me?
Address.
119 Pine Street.
Thank you.
Okay, and helping some of the neighbors go through this process. I used to be the chairman of the Historic District Commission for about 8 to 10 years. But I guess one of the things, I mean, clearly, like everybody else, it's very confusing when somebody said this is a no-build zone and that you can build. I mean, and so somebody a long time ago made this designation that it should be a no-build zone. And with rising waters, clearly the storm damage. So the one thing I want to counter is that engineer that said this water rises like, plain water, kind of goes up like a bathtub. Well, I happen to be around when that storm, where the tide came in, and I actually took a picture, which I don't have anymore, of Chris and Lisa's backyard. And this is when the water came out almost to Pine Street next door to the police station. And that tide came up so fast, it was like a surge of a wave. So it didn't kind of come up like very slow. It was like, I mean, it was almost like, gee, there should be a dam over near the train bridge to prevent it from coming across that pond, so to speak. So I think there is more, reason to be aware of this is going to get worse. And like the neighbor said, I mean, he could essentially build on that shared driveway or next to it and cause more problems. So I think if you don't put this in perspective and say, look, it shouldn't be an area to build on, because once it happens, the value of property today, people are going to build. It might not be the owners there now, but it's going to cause a problem, I think, long term.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very
I'm
much.
in agreement with everything they've said, and thank you for the time.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anybody else wish to comment on 48 Central?
I do. I remember when 48 Central came before us with a previous owner, and I wondered at that time why a carport is not considered, or even giving up some basement space and creating parking garage underneath a very large house. So that was just, I know it's not before us, but I wondered then and I wonder now.
Okay, thank you. All right. What I would like to do in this case, so Mike DeRosa, we've received,
I had my hand up. I'm sorry if you didn't see it. This is,
yes, Christine, did you get a chance to?
no,
say
I wanted to
earlier?
just make a really quick comment. I didn't know this was the project, so I wanted to make sure I was commenting on the right thing. So my understanding that this project was denied, and my understanding it was denied before because their alternatives were not explored. So to Olga's point,
No,
um,
no, this is a different applicant, it's different application. But
oh,
was before us, it was a different owner.
okay, so that's not considered even though it was a denial?
No, because it was a different.
Irrelevant. This case is.
Okay, thank you.
de
My
novo.
apologies. Thank you very much. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, Mike, your video now works, by the way, Mike Zarella. Mike DeRosa. So because we have a few things to review, the commission has a few things to review. Additionally, because I think that it would help the applicant and the town if the chair and vice chair also are present and can go through the materials. I'd like to continue to the March 18 meeting.
I think that's more than appropriate. So why don't we do that?
Okay.
And we'll agree to the continuance to March 18th.
Great, thank you.
And Henry, can I ask it? I'm trying to find through my papers here. Do we have the alternatives assessment
Yeah,
presented in the previous?
yeah.
There is in the previous. I thought that's what I
We
thought.
did,
Okay, so
we did an
we'll review
extensive
that.
alternatives analysis in the first filing, yeah.
All right.
In the,
So I think it's
the initial NOI for this project, yeah. And
Yeah,
this
thank
project
you.
has reduced, it went from a larger garage to now just a single garage, so. But we've heard the commission comments, we've heard the abutters comments, we'll go back to the client and see what we can come up with for the next meeting. If we could get copies of those abutter letters, that would be great. I can send someone down, Bethany, to pick them up if that's easier. If they're PDF'd, that would be great.
Yes, I'm only in on Thursdays and Tuesdays for the public, just to let you know.
Okay, cool.
But I think
Thank
we
you.
should have them digitally. We could probably get them to him. Yeah.
Mike,
That'd be great.
Mike, could you tell me, this is Jeff Boardman Turner, could you tell me when the previous filing was? The filing, are you talking about the filing in December?
Hey, Jeff, I can help you with all that because I've reviewed that previous case, but let's do it after the meeting.
No. If you, are you talking, is that what you're referring to as the previous case?
No,
No,
Jeff,
Are you
I'm
talking about a
referring-
previous filing in this matter, this NOI?
This NOI is what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
was that the
Yeah.
December filing?
Yes,
Okay, so December 18th. Okay. I just want to make
Correct.
sure I had
Yeah.
my information.
no, that's good.
everybody good? Okay,
So-
so I'm going to move that we continue 48 Central Street, DEP 0390926 to our March 18, 2025 meeting.
Second,
Thank you. I'm just going to call our roll in this case. Jeff,
Aye.
Olga,
aye.
Gordon,
Hi.
David,
Aye.
who's left? And I am an aye. So that is unanimous. We will see
Thank you.
you March 18. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Do. All right, we're going to move on to request to extend existing orders of conditions. We've already voted on 17 Proctor. That was confirmed actually by the applicant. And so we should move to 15 Eaglehead Road. It's 0390821. Is there someone here for that?
Mariantha Mukill is here for Eaglehead.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm not Mariantha, though.
You are
She's
not. You are Lolly.
muted.
Oh, Mary Ann.
Is muted. There she is.
I am here. Sorry, I'm
Okay, no
having
problem.
technical difficulties.
That's okay. We have them all the time.
Mhm.
We received a letter from you requesting 1-year extension. Have all commissioners received that, taken a look at that?
Yes.
Does any commissioner have a comment on that case? This seems like a reasonable request in my view. Do commissioners agree we can grant that?
Yes.
Great. Does anybody want to make that motion?
So I'll move that we issue a 1-year extension for 15 Eagle Head Road, DEP file 0390821
Second.
To what date?
to March 31, 2026.
Lovely. That's been made and seconded. Olga,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Gordon,
Aye.
and I am an aye, that is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last request for extension of an order of condition is 189 to 193 School Street. Is there someone here for that?
That would be Cornerstone Church.
Yeah. Does anyone know who that representative might be? The letter is signed by Alden Drake. I don't know who's been appearing for them. Bethany or Mark, do you guys have any idea about Cornerstone Church folks?
I just know Alden Drake's like he's the one that like sent out the like letter extension. That's all I know.
Okay. I mean, it looks from the reading, it looks like they're just stuck or they have a team now to begin their design process. This Connolly team. And I don't see any reason that we should not grant an extension. Any commissioners think we should not?
Henry, just confirm for me, we're able to do 1 year at a time and then we can
Yes.
do it
1 year
again
from the
later, is that?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, I'm a little concerned they're probably not gonna get it done within a year either, but they can come
Right.
back in a year.
come back.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Which I think is good process.
Yeah.
I'm gonna propose that we grant this with no representative present. Does that seem okay with everybody?
I'm good with that.
All right. Can someone make that motion for me, please?
I'll move that we issue an extension for 189, 193 School Street, DEP file 0090861 to February 23, 2026.
That's 039.
Oh, what did I say?
I thought I heard 009.
0390861. Thank you.
And
Seconded.
I'll second that. Olga? your
Aye.
vote? David?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Gordon?
Aye.
And I am an aye, and that is unanimous. Awesome.
You're way ahead of time on One Big Wood Road. Only Henry could do that.
I will take that as a compliment from a fellow commissioner.
It's a compliment,
Okay.
but it may be problematic in terms of the parties being here.
All right, we have a request for a certificate of compliance for One Big Wood Road. This is DEP 0390917. Is there someone here for this case?
Hi, everyone. Mike DeRosa, DeRosa Environmental, representing One Big Wood Road. I'll share my screen. And we had Maureen Cameron do an as-built plan based on the project. the project was essentially to remove a bunch of gravel that was around the house when it was initially built and replace it with grass, which was done. This one area in yellow was left in gravel.
Can you
'cause
make
the
it a
owner
little bit
did-
bigger, Mike, please?
Oh, bigger? Yeah.
If you could, yeah,
The owner did the work himself and kind of got a little
good.
got a little tired of shoveling gravel. So this little bit of yellow is still gravel. This area, the purple area, approved gravel area not constructed. So we were approved to do gravel there, but they didn't do it. So that's still lawn. And then there's a little bit of an additional 29 square feet of gravel. But here's what it looks like now. This is what it was. It was all gravel and wood chips, and now it's been replaced with grass. So I think substantively they achieved what they wanted to do there, and it meets the project. And so we'd like to request a certificate of compliance.
And Mike, those pictures are obviously not terribly new. When are they from? The summer?
Yeah, these are from August, I believe. Let's see, I think there's more in the actual application. I was just trying to keep up with the speed of the hearing. Record breaking. So these are more pictures. This is the fence that was approved to put up. This is that area that was left gravel. And then the grass goes to the end. This is that same picture of the grass. The gravel area that was approved to be left. And then a couple trees were proposed to be taken down. They were taken down. Yeah,
It
so
looks like
everything was
it's
done
done on
according
its
to
own.
the plan. Yeah.
Okay,
I have a question.
go, Dave.
So if we approve this order of conditions today, if we approve this request today, my question would be, would the owner there going forward, would they still be allowed to remove that little triangle of gravel that has not been removed at this point? Or are we approving as the work as done with no additional, any additional work that removal of gravel would have to come back before the committee?
That's exactly right. Yep.
Make sure I understood. Okay, thank you.
Other questions from commissioners? My personal feeling is that because the areas of these two shapes, a triangle, or they're both sort of like trapezoids, are small, and the applicants offering their de minimis, that they are de minimis changes. I'd be in favor of, or I'd lean toward granting the request.
Yep.
Commissioners, what do you guys think?
Yes, I am. I'm in favor.
I'm in favor.
Gordon, what'd you say?
I am in favor, yes.
Okay, and
I-
David and Jeff, I'm not hearing.
Well, because I have a question.
Okay.
On the first image that you put up, Mike.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that I've come across this in a Concom hearing. It said AI generated image may not reflect accurately.
Where's that? This one?
Not on that, but on the first photo image.
Interesting. Let me see that. The first one I did. This one?
Yeah, mouse over that. Mouse over the tree on the bottom. AI generated content may be incorrect.
Oh, that, I've never seen that before. I guess
I haven't either.
AI
That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, AI in what is this, Acrobat, must be trying to identify what that is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like trying to like
Yeah,
oh, this is
Oh,
a
it's telling you the
house.
brick
This is
walkway
a
and the
brick
tree may not
walkway.
be accurate. Okay.
and
This
it's
may
saying
not
it
be a
might,
tree, but they think
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it's trying to say.
oh, that's really interesting.
Wow.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for pointing that out.
Well,
Mike, can you attest that this reflects the as
Yes.
is condition in reality and is not an AI
Yes.
generated grass lawn?
This-
Okay.
this raises a huge issue in terms of our going on photographic evidence.
That sure
Yeah.
is.
Wow.
Good point.
And wait,
I'm
not
scared
really
to death
sure
of
that
AI.
image of Mike DeRosa is Mike DeRosa, right? So
We
nothing-
can't
that's
believe
next
anything lately, guys. We
Right.
can't believe anything.
All right.
I didn't want to bring up the issue as Mike DeRosa.
No.
Thank you for bringing it up for me.
All right. Yeah. Mike, the good news is you're not glitching or anything, so that's good.
Not glitching.
Jeff, thank you for your attention to detail. That's a very good
That is
thing,
some
and
attention
we
to
would want to
detail.
catch that. So thank you.
All right. If
But
there's
we
nothing
need to
else,
have a discussion at some point in the Concom about what we do
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll put it on our retreat schedule, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll invite Mike's hologram to the retreat.
Hologram's okay. Yeah. I'm going to make a motion that we grant a certificate of compliance for One Bigwood Road, DEP 0390917. Is there a second?
Second,
I'd like to amend that motion to explicitly state David's point, which is that that this order of conditions becomes the new as-built, and any further changes, right, it doesn't have to say that, but any further changes will have to come before the commission, including the removal of any further gravel.
I'll second that.
Perfect. Modification and seconded. Let's vote on that. Olga?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Gordon?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
And I am an aye, and that is unanimous.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Mike.
Good night.
Aye.
Night. All right, we have some enforcement issues perhaps, or an update at least on 59 Pleasant Street. Does that sound right, Mark or Bethany?
I don't have any updates, actually.
Okay.
Bethany?
I don't think so. As I said, like Shannon like helped like create this agenda. I think it was because there wasn't any further update from the last time it was talked about in the last meeting, from what I recall. So that's why it's still on the agenda.
All right, I've looked at the meeting or reviewed it, and that was the meeting. The applicant had joined us, wanted to know a little more about what exactly we were referring to. And I forget what our decision was at the end of that meeting. How are we going to clarify that? Does anybody remember?
I think I do. I thought she was going, that she was going to come to the office and we were going to help her out. Since Bethany is new, we might want to restart that conversation
Yep. I think
with,
that's,
it's Mrs. Santos, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My notes say that she was going to plan to bring some photos to the next meeting and also work with Shannon in the office more to sort of figure out if anything needs to be done, if any thing needs to be filed or any remediation is necessary. So maybe we'll ask her to follow up with Bethany if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was there some, excuse me, the lady who was parking some vehicles and had
Yeah.
like a wooden platform? So we
Yeah.
did receive 3 photographs, or were those the ones she showed? Did she show them at the meeting?
Oh.
No,
it didn't show us
I don't think so.
photographs. So
Okay, so
you have some.
so she did submit 3 photographs, and she must have come in shortly after the meeting. So we'll follow up on that for your next meeting.
All righty.
Thank you.
And I think, Bethany, I recall you mentioned you enjoy yourself a good site visit. So 59 Pleasant could be an opportunity maybe to go over
Okay.
there, take a look and see what's going on. There's apparently the back of their property is swamp area, and
Yeah.
that there had been some filling in. We don't think that they necessarily did any filling, but we do we did hear through a resident, I guess, that they had been parking commercial vehicles behind there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No one has came in for this project since I've been around, but I'm only here like 3 days a week
Yep.
in Manchester, so keep you guys updated. Yes.
Sounds
thank
good.
you.
And
The other
Mark,
one, Henry, is 68 Pine.
yeah, I was just going to
Okay.
ask Mark, anything received from them, and did we get back our receipt, our letter of our certified mail receipt for 68 Pine?
That I don't know. I don't know if we received anything back on that.
All right.
So we'll put that on next agenda as well.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any mail
Okay, but if
that
I mean,
I've been in the office. I haven't received any.
so commissioners, we have to figure out actually, Olga,
Hmm,
I'm going to put you on the spot if I may.
yes.
Did you ever get a chance to knock on the door of 68 Pine Street?
No, because what we were gonna do is see if there's a response to the letter and then
Okay.
we're gonna knock on the door.
All right. So actually, I think that this is no, there hasn't been a response to the letter that we've received.
And I'm really sorry, I could not get on the deep dive lectures last night. For some reason, I had the wrong thing, and they discussed stream crossings.
No kidding.
But she did send me all the photos, and
Slides.
so I'll be
Okay.
more informed.
Yeah, if you want to share those with the group, it would be great. I would like to
Yeah.
see
Okay, I'll
right.
send them all to you.
Thank you.
them. I do not think we have any to approve.
Minutes.
And
Minutes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But
Christine has
Bethany, there will be, as a regular process, there'll be minutes from like this meeting, for example, that
Okay.
we usually help review and edit, and then they have to be approved and voted on.
and bring to the town clerk. Yes. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Sounds good.
Christine, are you still with us, and is your hand up?
I am. I just had a quick question. I sent an email. I was trying to look for, welcome Bethany. So I didn't know who to
Sorry.
send my email to, so I sent it to the town planner, but I did not receive a response. I had asked for a list of the abutters for the Central Street project, and I was wondering what's going to happen with that project. It looks like the certificate is expired. So can someone send me the abutters list if I
Yes.
send an email?
Oh, I was gonna say, I did receive your email, Christine, and when Bethany is gonna be back in the office on Thursday and Friday, and then, because we gotta research that was several agents ago, so to try and find that, so.
Yeah.
I haven't
it's a
ignored
pretty
you.
big project. It should be pretty readily available, right? 'Cause
The biggest, Christine, hello. My email isn't on the website yet, so we'll try to get my email on so you know to contact me. And like the biggest challenge is just finding what previous agents have done right now. So thank you for being patient and thanks. Just email me like Barstow, BARSTOW, B @manchester.ma.us with your questions and I'll try to answer them.
So would it be better just to do a public records request? Because it's been a while and I just think is the request being taken seriously? That's my
You better
question.
be patient.
There should be a file. That's all I'm saying. It should be, can I come in and look at the
It
file?
would be better to be patient. They're gonna research it and it'd be better to be patient.
I
Yeah,
wasn't.
I'm brand new, so it's, yeah.
So no one in town hall knows where this list is. That's what I'm saying?
It would be better to be patient.
Okay, I'll do a public records request. Thank you.
All righty. Other items.
I have a question about the posted schedule of our meetings for this year. I had some confusion about some meetings at the end of the year and wanted to get them clarified. And when I went online to look, the schedule that's up there is the 2024 schedule. We need to get whatever the finalized and approved 25 schedule is, and I can't
Yeah.
get clarity on when we approved the 25 schedule.
We didn't complete that, Jeff.
Thank you, Olga, for my reality testing. That helps.
I think
I'll bet that it's in
My
on
understanding
Bethany's
is we
desk.
did approve that.
Yeah.
it's
Nice.
on,
I believe that Shannon sent it out. I believe we discussed it at the December meeting.
Who sent it out?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Bianchi.
Bianchi.
But I thought, Henry, that we still were not sure about some of the dates, and so it wasn't completely finalized. What did you have, Gordon?
I thought we discussed this
We
and
did discuss it, but I
every
don't think
3
it's
weeks,
finalized.
and there were a few modifications, but I thought it was all set.
I know that,
Three-week schedule.
I had raised the issue because of a scheduled meeting falling on election day, which meant we had to bounce it anyway because we can't meet on election day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then how that schedule then worked out through the end of the year. And I've had conversations with Steve and Sari about it, and nobody could show me a schedule that was approved by the Concom.
No, it
Oh.
was never finalized.
So if it's been approved, I'd like to see the approval.
yeah,
So-
I don't,
Date of the approval. Not because I'm being picky about it. I just want to know and get this nailed down.
I don't
So-
have website access yet, but I know
Well-
Shannon has like a draft of the 2025 dates. So I'll
Right.
try to get website access and add it.
Yeah, I'll send out
to-
what I have as the
Website.
most recent, Jeff, and then if you
Yeah.
have comments on it, we'll work
Is
it
that
from
the
there.
one with December 22nd or December 30th?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Okay.
Send it to all of us,
So-
please, Henry,
Yeah,
so that we can have a discussion on it that we can all agree upon.
perfect. That sounds good.
So, I suggested to Shannon, told him to get it posted because we are getting calls from people, and if it's just the end of the year, at least people who need to find out, for the upcoming meetings to get that posted. So that will get on the website, and if you want to make adjustments, we can change the posting for the end of the year. So,
Perfect.
Thank you.
All righty then. Does anybody have any other matters for us to hear? Things are on the upswing. I've been down to the office and have met with Bethany and Mark over the past week or 10 days. And I think that the processes are getting nailed down. We've brought Chris Bertoni into the picture, and she's willing to help out to an extent. It's just great. And I'm super duper confident in Bethany's mad computer and internet skills. And we're going to look at using the old database, and which Bethany has experience with. So I think things are looking up.
Wonderful.
Great to hear. Great
Have
to
you
hear.
met with Chris yet, Bethany?
She's coming in Friday.
Fabulous.
Show me where
Um,
things are.
You what?
just to,
To show me where things are.
that's great.
And
Um,
what I had suggested to Bethany and Chris is if Bethany can see what we used to get before Kristen, and then if she wants to improve on that, I'm good with that.
Can I ask a question, Mark and Bethany? I know, Mark, you had been looking into whether we could get access to the files on the SharePoint instance that the town has. Have you made any progress on either front there? If that will be possible or not possible, or?
It will be possible.
Okay.
There's a couple extra steps I have to go through since most of you don't have town emails to
Right.
add your private emails. But I think probably, yeah, we should be able to get that done. So
Okay.
we have old conservation drives, we have newer
Yeah.
conservation drive from like the last 5 years. There's also personnel stuff on there that needs to get kind of moved off. So, and
Yeah.
it's very disorganized.
Mm.
So we kind of need to clean that up, but we
Okay.
will have a specific folder that will let you all know that you will have access to. The others will all be read-only, but there'll be one. So if you receive something, let's say at your home, that's relevant to an application, you want to share it, you'll be able to scan it in or download it and add it to this one particular folder, which is so that
Right.
everyone else can see it.
Yeah, and my main desire would be so that, just so Bethany knows, so I don't have to get the full paper packet, and actually you can save some space near the copier and things like that. I'd be very happy to get it digitally, once we get that set up. But for
Yeah.
now, I'll get the paper. But
I asked Henry for like your guys' Dropbox.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's like set up yet, but yeah, I'm just trying to like learn around the office
Yeah.
and trying to make
But I don't-
things work.
yeah, ultimately, if you already have the documents in SharePoint, I'd be happy to access them there, just because the Dropbox created all sorts of other issues about,
We're
where
trying
things
to
put there. and-
what we're trying to do right now is unarchive like old correspondence emails from other agents. So I have background for continued
Yeah.
projects like
Yeah.
the ones we talked about today. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Is it my turn yet?
Olga.
Sorry,
you
Olga.
Those are my favorite
no,
four
I-
words.
Is it time to, I make a motion that we adjourn?
Thank you so much.
Second.
Seconded, and I'm assuming from everyone's face that is a that passes unanimously. Thank you. It was not.
We
not
did
an
it.
easy
Thank you,
evening.
Henry. Thank you, Bethany.
Nice
Thank
job,
you.
Henry.
Thank
Yes.
you.
7:35, record time, Henry.
That is
All
a
right.
record.
Well, we're gonna. That's the new standard.
The
That's
new
just our
standard.
gold standard.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to move the time back to 6 o'clock.
I'll let Steve know.
65 minutes. All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
know.
you.
Okay,
Thanks,
good
Mark.
night.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.